Chosen one, listen carefully, because this is not a random message. This is for the one who felt something was off, but couldn't explain it. The one who sensed a shift, a presence, a pattern that didn't sit right. You didn't imagine it. God waited, not to delay you, but to reveal something to you. There are moments in life when things don't happen immediately, and we question the timing. We ask, why didn't I see this sooner? Or why didn't this get exposed earlier? But what you don't see is, that timing is never accidental. Sometimes truth is delayed so it can be fully uncovered. Sometimes exposure requires patience so that nothing is hidden when it finally comes to light. Those 2 hours you're thinking about, that waiting period, it wasn't silence. It was observation. It was alignment. It was the moment where everything was being positioned so the truth could no longer be denied. And now you see it. The person you were unsure about, the situation that didn't feel right, it has been revealed. Not halfway, not partially, completely. Because when something is exposed at the right time, it leaves no room for doubt. This is where many people get it wrong. They think the delay was a weakness. They think something should have happened faster. But if it had, you might have missed the full picture. You might have reacted too early, without clarity. Instead, you were given time to observe, to feel, to understand. And now, you don't just have a reaction, you have awareness. Understand this, not everyone around you comes with clear intentions. Some come with curiosity, some with comparison, and some with hidden motives. They watch, they gather information, they try to understand your next move without ever revealing their own. But what they don't realize is that observation works both ways. While they were watching you, something greater was watching them. And now, the truth has surfaced. But this message is not about fear, it's about wisdom. It's about recognizing that you are being guided, even when you don't fully understand the process. It's about realizing that delays are not always denials, they are often protection. You were protected from acting too soon, protected from trusting too quickly, protected from making a move without seeing the full reality. Now the responsibility shifts to you. You don't need to confront everything you see. You don't need to explain your awareness. Sometimes the strongest move is quiet adjustment. You create distance. You become more selective. You move differently, not out of fear, but out of clarity. Protect your focus. Protect your plans. Not everyone needs access to your journey. Because when something is revealed to you at the right time, it's not just information, it's direction. So don't ignore what you've seen. Don't downplay what you've felt. That moment of waiting, that delay, it had purpose. And now that the truth is clear, you are no longer moving blindly. You are moving with awareness. This speech highlights that delays are often purposeful rather than accidental. From an educational perspective, it teaches that waiting periods allow for more information to surface, leading to better decision-making. Instead of reacting too quickly, individuals gain the opportunity to observe patterns and understand situations more completely. Inspirationally, it encourages trust in timing, showing that what seems late is often perfectly aligned for clarity and truth. A key idea is the importance of observing situations carefully before forming conclusions. Educationally, this builds critical thinking and situational awareness by focusing on patterns, behavior, and consistency over time. Inspirationally, it reminds individuals that awareness is a strength, allowing them to move forward with confidence instead of confusion. The speech emphasizes that sometimes truth is revealed later to provide protection. From an educational standpoint, it shows that premature knowledge can lead to impulsive decisions, while delayed understanding allows for wiser responses. Inspirationally, it reassures individuals that unseen protection may be guiding them away from harm or unnecessary conflict. Instead of reacting emotionally when something is revealed, the speech promotes calm, thoughtful responses. Educationally, this develops emotional intelligence and self-control. Inspirationally, it empowers individuals to handle situations with maturity, using awareness to adjust their actions, quietly and effectively without creating unnecessary tension. There are moments when delays feel frustrating, especially when you sense that something important is unfolding but clarity hasn't fully arrived yet. It is natural to question why answers are not immediate or why situations are not resolved as quickly as expected. However, timing often serves a deeper purpose than simple speed. When events unfold too quickly, there is a higher chance of missing critical details, misinterpreting intentions, or reacting without full understanding. Waiting, although uncomfortable, creates space for a more complete picture to emerge. From an educational perspective, timing functions as a mechanism that allows information to develop and patterns to become visible. In many situations, truth is not revealed in a single moment, but through a series of observations over time. Small details, repeated behaviors, and subtle inconsistencies gradually form a clearer understanding. If decisions are made too early, they may be based on incomplete or inaccurate information. By allowing time to pass, individuals are able to gather more evidence, think more critically, and respond with greater accuracy. This process also strengthens patience and discipline. Instead of reacting immediately to uncertainty, individuals learn to remain steady and observant. This skill is essential in both personal and professional environments, where impulsive decisions can lead to unintended consequences. Developing the ability to wait without losing focus or control is a form of mental strength that supports long-term success. Inspirationally, viewing timing as a tool rather than a delay shifts perspective. It helps individuals trust that clarity will come when it is most useful, not necessarily when it is most desired. What feels like waiting is often preparation for understanding. When the truth finally becomes clear, it carries more certainty and leaves less room for doubt. In this way, timing does not slow progress, it enhances it by ensuring that actions are based on awareness rather than assumption. In many situations, clarity does not come from immediate answers, but from careful observation over time. People often rely on first impressions or isolated events to form conclusions, yet these can be misleading. True understanding develops when you consistently observe behavior, notice patterns, and allow situations to reveal themselves gradually. This approach reduces the chances of misjudgment and builds a more accurate perception of reality. From an educational perspective, observation is a key component of critical thinking. It involves paying attention to details such as consistency, reactions under pressure, and alignment between words and actions. When individuals take the time to observe rather than react instantly, they gather more reliable information. This process helps in identifying underlying motives, distinguishing between temporary behavior and consistent patterns, and making informed decisions. It also trains the mind to remain analytical instead of impulsive, which is essential for effective problem-solving. Observation also requires patience and emotional control. It is not always easy to remain calm when something feels uncertain or questionable. However, reacting too quickly can cloud judgment and lead to unnecessary conflict or regret. By allowing time for observation, individuals create space to evaluate situations objectively. This not only improves decision-making but also strengthens self-discipline and awareness. Inspirationally, developing awareness through observation is a powerful skill that enhances confidence and independence. When you rely on what you consistently see rather than what you are told, your understanding becomes more grounded in reality. You begin to trust your own judgment and feel less influenced by external opinions or temporary emotions. Over time, this habit of observation leads to clearer thinking and wiser actions. It allows you to move forward with certainty, knowing that your decisions are based on careful understanding rather than assumption. In this way, awareness becomes a source of strength, guiding you toward better outcomes and more stable progress. There are situations where truth is not revealed immediately, and this delay can feel confusing or even frustrating. However, delayed exposure often serves as a form of protection rather than neglect when information surfaces too early. It may lead to impulsive reactions, incomplete understanding, or decisions based on emotion rather than clarity. By allowing time to pass, a situation can unfold more fully, making it easier to see all aspects clearly before taking action. From an educational perspective, delayed exposure allows for a more comprehensive evaluation of circumstances. It provides the opportunity to observe patterns, gather evidence, and understand context. Instead of relying on assumptions or partial information, individuals can form conclusions based on a broader and more accurate perspective. This reduces the likelihood of misjudgment and increases the effectiveness of any response or decision that follows. This process also strengthens emotional control. When individuals are not immediately given all the answers, they are encouraged to remain patient and composed. This develops the ability to manage uncertainty without reacting impulsively. Over time, this builds resilience, self-discipline, which are essential for handling complex situations in a balanced and thoughtful manner. Inspirationally, delayed exposure can be seen as guidance rather than delay. It reassures individuals that not everything needs to be known at once, and that clarity often arrives at the most appropriate moment. This perspective helps reduce anxiety and builds trust in the process of unfolding events. When the truth is finally revealed after a period of waiting, it tends to be clearer, more complete, and easier to act upon. There is less confusion and greater confidence in the decisions that follow. In this way, delayed exposure does not weaken your position, it strengthens it by ensuring that you are informed, prepared, and able to respond with wisdom rather than uncertainty. When you bring these ideas together, a clear understanding forms. Timing, observation, and delayed exposure are not obstacles, but tools that guide you toward better decisions and stronger awareness. What may initially feel like uncertainty or delay is often a structured process that allows truth to unfold in a more complete and meaningful way. Timing gives space for clarity to develop instead of forcing premature conclusions. Observation helps you gather accurate information by focusing on consistent patterns rather than isolated moments. Delayed exposure ensures that when truth is revealed, it is thorough and leaves little room for confusion. Together, these elements create a foundation for thoughtful and informed action. The key is to remain patient and attentive during these phases. Reacting too quickly can lead to misunderstanding, while waiting with awareness allows you to see situations more clearly. This balance between patience and observation strengthens your ability to respond with confidence and precision. Over time, this approach builds a sense of trust, not just in external processes, but in your own ability to navigate complex situations. You become less influenced by uncertainty and more guided by clarity. Instead of feeling rushed or pressured to act, you move with intention and understanding. Ultimately, what seemed like delay reveals itself as preparation. What felt unclear becomes evident, and what once created doubt becomes a source of confidence. In this realization, you gain not only better outcomes, but also a stronger sense of control, awareness, and direction in your decisions moving forward.